Salvete discepoli. Good afternoon again, students. Today we are going to talk about nouns and their declension. As you may have heard, the Latin language is a language that we call inflected. An inflected language is a language whose nouns and sometimes adjectives and verbs have the characteristic of changing endings very often. And for nouns, the change of endings will tell us what is the role, or we say what is the function of the word in the sentence. It will tell us if the noun is the subject or the direct object, the object of a preposition, and so on and so forth. Therefore, it is crucial for us to know to which declension to know the declension of the nouns, and it is crucial that we are able to identify which function the noun has. So, in order to talk about nouns, we need to know a few things. The first thing is that a noun will be given to you in a dictionary with three principal parts. The first principal part is what we call the nominative. The nominative right here is usually the case of the subject. The genitive is the second principal part. The genitive is a very important principal part, and I'll tell you why in just a little while. The third principal part is giving you the gender of the noun, whether the noun is masculine, feminine, and neuter. And finally, we'll give you the definition or the meaning of the word in English. So let's go back to the genitive right here. The genitive is very important because the genitive will give us two things. First of all, the ending of the genitive will help us determine which declension the noun belongs to. In Latin, there are 5 declensions. That means there are 5 sets of endings that you'll have to memorize in order to determine the function of the noun in the sentence. So, by looking at this little chart down here, you will memorize that if your genitive ends in AE, it belongs to the first declension, which is the first set of endings that we will discover soon. If the genitive is in I, it's going to be second declension, IS third, US fourth, and EI fifth declension. So if you look at the example that we have above right here, puella, puelle, feminine, by looking at the genitive, you look at the ending AE right here. Since the genitive is in AE, therefore, you can determine that it's part of the first declension. So that's the first thing that the genitive is important with. The second thing that is crucial with the genitive is that if you take the genitive and drop the ending, in this case AE, you are left with the stem of the noun. The stem of the noun is the part of the noun that never changes. It's the part of the noun to which the endings that you will memorize soon will be tagged on to give us the full word. So the genitive is very important for you to memorize and to know for these two reasons. First, it will tell you what declension it belongs to, and you must memorize this list right here. And also it will tell you what the stem or the unchanging part of the word is. Let us look now at the sets of endings that you will need to memorize. Right here, we have the endings of the first declension. The first declension endings, you will have to memorize the endings a, a, arum, is, as, is. Right now, I would like you to memorize these endings right here without wondering really what they belong to, or what they mean, or what the significance is. I will go over this as we progress in our course. Then the endings of the second declension, you have them right here, are us, I, o, in the singular, o, I, o, is, os, is. That's the main endings of the second declension. Then go to the third declension, And endings of the third declension are, the first one right here varies, so there's no set endings, but then the rest is pretty regular. Is, em, and a, s, un, ibus, s, ibus. The fourth declension, we don't have too many words of the fourth declension in Latin, but they are worth knowing. Us, ui, u, us, ibus, ibus. Okay. And finally, the endings of the fifth declension are found right over here. The endings of the fifth declension are s, a, m, a, s, erum, ebus, s, and ibus. Alright, so these endings, these 5 sets of endings that I just went over, will have to be tagged on to the stem of each noun in order to get the full declension of these nouns. On the website, you have plenty of explanation on how to deal with that. You have some exercises to perform, and I also provide a sheet, a handout you can download in order to memorize these endings from, so that you don't have to go back to this video, to this recording to memorize these sets of endings. Alright, so go back to the website now and go ahead and proceed with the instructions that you find there. Alright, see you later.